La 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 la. La 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 la. She really hates him, it's really true.
Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Oh, welcome to My Wife Hates Me. Kind of slept a little longer today.
Stop.
What? Kind of overslept, And 580 something episodes. We're going to,
It's our last episode, so we're excited to go over some of the events of this year.
and then we're going to start a new podcast from a studio with guests. And, because 580 something podcasts with no guests, just in our basement, can get
Are you burping all the way through this? Can you stop?
Yes, can get repetitious.
Are you gonna take a breath? Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath.
I don't need a breath. It can get repetitious, or it could get, grueling. Is that the word to use, or whatever? I mean, it's not like all these people that do podcasts. They have guests. They have interviews. They have, I don't know how we've done 580 of these. That's a lot of fucking, since the apartment when our house burnt down. That's where we started, up in that apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we start there or at our house before it burned?
No, we started in that apartment.
With the one mic in between us, the Yeti. It was a Yeti mic.
Yes.
I still have it somewhere, I think.
Yes. I don't remember what we were going to call it. Nobody wants another podcast, I think. We were going to originally call it something like that.
Well, that was like 12 years ago, over 12 years ago. And already
nobody needs another podcast, I think. Something like that. And then we had a conversation with Bobby Kelly, and then I just pitched that My Wife Hates Me title. And he was like, "Oh, that's it."
It was his network. He's the one who got it
Bobby
started.
Kelly. And he was like, "You guys got to do a podcast." And
we should call
we
him.
were both like, "We don't want to do a podcast."
Yeah, let me call him.
For our final.
Yeah,
our final countdown. It's almost 2025. What are you going to do this year differently than last year?
Get a girlfriend.
I mean, would you really want a girlfriend? Be honest.
Well, not, I don't know. Probably not. I can't handle one.
Why, you've got a girlfriend already?
No. See, they don't answer.
The way you laughed makes me think you might.
No, I don't.
No. Oh.
I don't even have. It's so funny. Last night. Oh, call me.
Did you think that was recording?
No. No, I knew it wasn't recording.
Do you know how to use a phone?
Yeah, no, I know it wasn't recording, but I'm going to send him a text. Hold on. Cancel. Recents. Oh, no. God. Come on. Recents.
What if I call him and he picks up?
He probably will.
I get him under Robert, I guess. Robert Kelly. Here, I'm calling him.
Why?
So go on. We'll see if he answers. What is he? You think he's still sleeping?
No, he gets up.
Oh
my
shit.
God. Oh my
Answered for me.
Yeah, because if you call me, it's an emergency because you've never called me.
Well, it is an emergency because this is our last podcast as My Wife Hates Me.
580 episodes.
I thought you were going to say last chance as a couple.
I mean, that's...
You should do that and then come up with another podcast. My friend still hates me.
my ex. Well, we were talking about how the podcast got started, and then, of course, we had to call you to say thank you, I guess, or fuck you. I'm not sure which one is appropriate.
Well, I think you say both. You have a record in time, and we all have a record in time. Your kid has a record in time. Of
Oh
5
God,
years.
if Raina listened to these, I would kill myself.
She used to come on.
Maybe not Rainer, but maybe your great grandchildren will listen to these and go,
Oh my God. Oh God, Bobby, why are you making it worse? How horrible! The fact that anyone listens to this is so upsetting to me.
well, they might be like, wow, we've come such a long way as a species. Great grandpa used to speak.
This is what relationships used to be like before we went fully online.
It's sad. No, it's sad, but I'm glad you guys. I mean, you've been threatening this since week 1.
Well, yeah, no, I've it's hard to talk to Rich for, an hour. I mean, what's weird is like he's so animated and like lively on your show when he goes on your podcast or something. He's excited to do it. I see it's like a little
That's because I like Bobby.
pop and yeah, and then but he gives none of that to me. He's like he looks
Leave it.
down into the monitor. When I say like just now I said he looks down into the monitor. He looks around like he's blind. He doesn't know how to look in a camera. Like
Yeah.
it's so bizarre after all this time.
I feel like he has some autism.
Oh my God.
You know, it'd be fun.
I just
No, it'd
started
be fun.
diagnosing it.
Why don't instead of going to good things, let's go right to the negative.
Autism is not negative. A
No.
lot of people with autism have like
No.
actual.
He doesn't look at the camera. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do. How about, hey, what does he do?
Okay, well, what do you do? What can we say?
I did 580.
The gum,
some-
the spitting onto the microphone, the getting angry. What is the good part?
No, I'm not bringing anything up.
The
500
sulking when somebody
no.
pushes you.
Can I say something?
What?
What is this new thing that you do? You used to fight back. Now you sulk like a little
I don't
kid.
sulk or fight back. I fight back all the time.
I don't want
tired.
him to fight back. I want him to be funny. I want him to be like.
I want you to be funny.
And you know what? You know what else I would love to see him do at least once, and this is our last chance of this podcast.
Fuck another girl.
Is
You like to watch that? What's wrong with you? What would you like to see me do?
I would like to see him go, oh my God, I like admit to some of the things that he does. Because if you say to him something that's true, absolutely true, he can admit that it's true, he'll still deny it. It's such a bizarre quality. Like if you go, oh, you kept asking me last week about this thing, and he'll go, yeah, but no, because of this or because of that. He'll switch it so that it's still an argument. Instead of just being like, yeah, sometimes I ask too many questions or whatever the thing is.
Oh, what else? Keep going. What else?
I'm just saying, why don't you do it now?
I don't know what you're talking about. Do what now?
Do you know what I'm talking about, Bobby?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that
Oh,
I think at this point of life, it's like my mother. You just have to accept them and let them.
I know, but it doesn't feel safe when you're saying something to someone and they don't know themselves to go, I know, that's me. Like if you go, hey, you wear a lot of jewelry, he'll say, no, I don't.
she's an exaggerating exaggerator.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. What?
You just say,
Do you wear a lot of
say she
jewelry?
Exaggerates
Do you wear a lot of jewelry?
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
What?
It's like insane.
What?
Boss, you dress like a pimp.
Yes. Thank you. I buy stuff. I buy stuff I like, just like you do.
Okay,
Bobby.
see, it's an argument. He won't
It's not
admit.
argument.
He won't admit to anything that might be less than stellar quality.
Why
Can I ask
didn't?
you a question, Bonnie?
Yeah.
Why did the question by should be, hey, do you like jewelry? And I would go, yeah.
I know you do. I know you do because I see you wearing it.
What?
The boss. I mean, Bonnie, the new bracelet.
I can't. I've said it many times. I want to be the kind of wife that's like, well, that's just what he likes to wear. But it's
It's beautiful.
I can't put my finger on it though. It's like there's something wrong with it, like the style of it.
It's
I don't
fucking.
know if it's feminine.
No. I get
not feminine?
Not compliments.
It's like,
Bobby.
It's like a,
People this is where he goes because people go like this. Oh, that's
boy.
nice because they're like can't believe this
No.
stuff. Believe me, people say stuff to me all the
I
time.
don't care.
I know you don't care.
If I like something, just like if you like something, you go buy. If you like those boots, you get them. If you like a pocketbook, you know.
I know, but what if I started dressing like a stormtrooper? Like, would you go, hey, stop doing
you
that?
basically do dress like a.
Dane Cook would date you.
If what?
Dane Cook would date me.
Oh.
A little old in the tooth for Dane Cook, my friend. But you know what I mean? Like, what if I was dressing like a full-on clown? Would you be like, hey?
You know what?
Enough.
You're making
Okay, yeah, I mean, you're not.
comparisons that don't even come close.
Oh, okay, see, it's very sensitive.
Breaking.
Very
I'm
sensitive.
glad this podcast is wrapping up. I feel like this was breaking him.
It's
He's not.
it's like a psychological thing to try to get him to admit something about himself. It's like he's going to disappear into dust if he were to admit like ask him anything if he's good at it and just watch the reaction.
Hey, Voss,
What?
are you good? Are you good at like bow and arrow shooting?
I'm great.
What?
He's great. He said he's
How
great.
could you be great?
I'm really good at it.
Okay,
I
ask him.
haven't done it in a while.
Ask him something you think he doesn't know how to do.
All right. Voss, are you good at calligraphy?
I haven't. I don't know, but I'm sure I would be. I don't know. What is calligraphy? Oh, you mean writing? Is that kind of writing?
Do you see?
Is that kind
How
of writing?
crazy is
what,
it?
That kind of writing? Calligraphy? Yeah.
That kind of writing, yes. Fancy writing
Yeah.
with ink, sure.
Yeah.
Voss, you really do have a problem.
So,
man.
yeah,
You really,
I don't
you know
have
what
any
it is,
problem.
though?
What's that?
You've been your own cheerleader your whole life.
Yes,
you.
and he can't. It's self-protection that that I want him to remove so that he can actually have like this really wonderful, amazing life.
I have an
And
amazing.
that's what his jewelry is. That bracelet is his Wonder Woman bracelet.
Are
Yes.
you kidding? First
Yes.
of all,
Deflect bullets.
Yes, God forbid anybody come near with a negative thought or.
You know what that bracelet says? I'm doing good.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
the bigger the rings, the more the rings, the bigger
Well,
the bracelet.
well, you Bobby, you got 20 Rolexes. You do.
I've got.
But he would probably admit that the reason he has
Oh.
the Rolexes is because he's trying to fill something.
Maybe
Do you think that's true?
The Rolex is 100% that when I first got in the business, I saw successful people with a Rolex. And
Yes.
in my brain, I was like, I will get a Rolex when I hit a certain point in this business to be like, oh, dude, it's like a little pin. Like, dude, you made it.
Mm-hmm.
And buying 2 was stupid. Buying 3 was fucking cool as shit.
and then what about getting mad that I didn't sell you your 4th or 5th one?
Boss, this is
Oh.
the fucking problem with that.
What?
And it bothers me that you can't have fucking empathy for one of your closest friends.
I do have
Is
empathy.
no, this is what makes me sick to my stomach. Is that I told you, we both talked watches. We both were like, I love this one. And you're like, I love this one. And I was like, dude, I really want to get. We went and watched hunting together. We both were doing our addictive, filling our whole bullshit as like together, right? And it's like if I loved cocaine and you loved heroin, right? But I really wanted to get cocaine, but we couldn't get some. And you really loved heroin. And we both tried to help each other get our cocaine and heroin. And then one day you came across cocaine. And you know I love cocaine. You know it. And you took that cocaine and you just put it in a drawer. And you were like,
It's a
"Hey, Bob,
drawer.
I got cocaine, Bob."
A drawer.
I'm like, let me have it. You go, I'm just going to hold on to it and look at it. I'm like, but I really want that cocaine.
Oh, he knew that it was going. Listen, he knew that it was going
I'm sorry, I
to.
don't want to bring this up. This is ridiculous.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
There's.
I didn't know. I knew that it was.
You came on my show
It was fun.
and flaunted it in my face.
Yeah, he was
and
excited.
laughed at me.
Yes.
I didn't
He was
know.
excited for the attention that it was going to bring, for sure.
You went and bought 2 of them. You fucking.
I didn't buy 2 of them. I didn't buy 2.
You had an opportunity to get another one, and you still wouldn't give it to me.
I couldn't get the other one up in Connecticut because I was going out of town. If I would have got it, first of all, this is a ridiculous argument. You guys are taking it to a different level.
Well,
I
this
got
is
an
not the
opportunity.
argument that I want to have.
There's no argument.
I want Bobby now to say, which I think he kind of did, was that he understands his psychological
Yes.
addiction to the watches. He understands where it comes from. He knows what it is. He's not saying like, "Oh, I just like Rolexes." Then that's what you're doing. You're not looking at what the actual thing is.
Yes, I am.
There's no need for a Rolex. There's no need for it at all. You can just look at your phone.
So when I say to you, "Why do you wear so much jewelry?"
It
you go, "I like it."
Like it reminds me growing up with nothing, and it reminds me of now I'm successful.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah.
That actually makes me feel
Bobby,
safe.
it's not good. He just stole mine.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Fucking Rolex.
Yeah, but
No.
it's so
true.
much better than him just not.
I always
At least he knows now that he doesn't disappear if he says something slightly deeper. If you look at yourself and your reasoning for doing things.
Bonnie, I'm going to tell you what it is. Me and him, guys like us, because we're so lonely and we have these holes that we're trying to fill, and we can't fill with drugs, alcohol, sex, or whatever it is, or food, right? We have to give ourselves missions. We have to find something that we don't know what it is, or we can't get, or that's hard to get, or maybe impossible. So we have a thing to do during the day. We can go online. When we're on the road, go to a store and try to find and go. It's like a mission. It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
And then we finally get it after months or weeks or years. And then what does he do with most of his rings or jewelry? He sells them and buys another one.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the
But he won't
thing.
say that it's an addiction.
No, it's about the car. He gets a new car.
Yes.
It's about
Yes.
the hunt.
It's the feel,
treasure hunt.
that feeling of
Yes.
getting something. Yes, that's what I said.
It's a hooker. It's like a hooker. It's
I
like
said that to
driving around a
Bonnie.
creepy neighborhood.
It's just being
Trying to
addicted.
find-
It's addicted to
addicted.
instant gratification. That's all. You like.
That's it.
But here's the thing that I think, like addicts and correct me if I'm wrong, Bobby, but like they're always like, well, I can't drink or do drugs or get hookers or whatever, so I gotta give myself a treat. It's like nobody else is walking around drinking and doing drugs and having hookers and. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like sitting here every night being like, well, I didn't do nothing bad, so I better get something.
Yeah, but you have talent.
No, first of all, that's like a silly thing to say since everyone sitting here has immense amount of talent. But
Yeah.
it's not that. It's that you've put in your head, you've told yourself a story that because you've quit something, that you get to have something else. That's just a stupid story you've told
No,
yourself
it's called
over and
no.
over
That's
so
not
that
true.
you're like, oh, well, I don't get to do this. But nobody, like, there's
Yes.
lots of people that aren't walking around drinking and
Or they're-
doing crack and
well, we were
jerking
I was.
off every 15 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
I was, and guess what? Now I'm not. And
I
yeah.
know, but now you're not. But now you're telling yourself, well, because I'm not
No,
doing
I didn't
that
tell myself
stuff.
that. I said, I go now. Growing up not having any money in life.
I didn't have any money.
Okay, but now I can buy what I want. So I get what I get my kids
But
what they
that's
want.
not why you're doing it.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the reasons because I've worked hard enough to get to this place to reap the benefits of if I want that, I get it.
Boss, just admit it.
And I'm empty.
Yeah, just say you're empty.
No, it's yes, we're addicted to instant gratification. I get it. I
No,
talk
we're
about
empty inside.
that's not true.
We are lonely. We're sad, and we're just trying to feel something good.
But do you see how much more attractive that person is that's saying that about
He's
themselves?
saying-
Terrible.
He's saying it, and it's like attractive. It's like vulnerable.
Oh,
You
good.
being like, no.
Nothing would make me happier if you two ran off together.
Okay, I'm not. Why would you turn it into that? I'm trying to show you that it's attractive to be vulnerable and
Yes,
just
but I
look at
get
how
that.
uncomfortable he's getting.
I'm
It's
not
wild.
uncomfortable. I'm very comfortable. I'm
You're-
hungry. I'm hungry. I like to cover this podcast with food. You know, no, I
Why
get.
don't you just stop? Why don't you just stop and listen for 1 second?
I've been listening. I've been,
No, you
and
haven't. You're talking right now. In the middle of me talking to you, you started talking.
no, I thought you were done.
What I'm saying. Oh God.
Go ahead.
Why don't you just admit the truth? You're an empty, lonely little boy in an old man's body that's scared.
that doesn't feel like anyone thinks he's good enough.
Right. And the reason you wear all this shiny shit is to peacock a little bit.
So people
that-
go, he's good enough. He did it.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah. So when you walk into the cellar and there's a bunch of young people and all this, and you walk in and they're like, holy shit. The same reason when I looked at whoever it was, when I saw them with the Rolex, right? I was like, oh my God, they made it. You understand? You think that the people that you're going to walk in and see that ring or that god-awful diamond bracelet.
I love it. Go ahead.
I know you do.
It looks like it came from Shein. Like it doesn't even look like it.
It's unbelievable. It's costume jewelry.
Yes.
It looks like something
It's
Joan
like-
Rivers would wear.
Yeah.
It looks like some what?
Joan Rivers would wear. It does. Is that from the Cher collection?
Yeah. It's such a fucking terrible design for a man.
You're 100% wrong. But look,
It's
a lot of
No,
things
he's
are-
allowed to like the things, but at least just know yourself. And once you say that, once you go, oh, I'm always just trying to make sure people know I'm good enough, then you can do the actual work, which is like, I am good enough, not buying things, but saying it to yourself and like really feeling it in yourself. And
I
then you
don't
won't need
buy-
anything else.
I don't buy stuff because I'm not good enough. I know what I do. It's
Do you know?
See,
boss,
I told
What?
you, it's
I
always
don't-
an argument.
I don't have to, like, I used to have to wear my Rolex every day. And then when I kind of realized, oh my God, I love my watches. They're cool, but I know what they are. I know why I got them. I understand it. I still like it. And you know what I mean? It's cool. I'll give it to my son someday. I don't really wear my Rolexes that much.
you
I
wear
don't have to.
you wear your
I
then you
know.
wear your Omega, right?
No, I don't wear the Omega.
Why?
He just told you, he's saying like, I came to the realization that
Yeah, I take these off. I take it off when I play golf and stuff. I don't wear it.
or if a workman is coming to the house,
Yes.
you see him desperately trying to get his rings off in time because
Yeah.
he's scared he's going to get robbed.
Well, you don't know who
No,
these
he's
people are.
scared- No, I know why he's taking.
No, you
The
don't.
work guy's coming to the house. He's taking all his jewelry off so he doesn't charge him more.
No.
Oh my
no,
God. You might be onto something there.
No.
I never even thought of that. I thought he's like, they're going to case the house.
No.
Oh.
He's
And come back
taking
and
it
rob
off
us.
So he thinks he's poorer than he is. Because if he comes in and sees all those rings and that Wonder Woman diamond fucking tennis bracelet,
They'll overcharge him.
they'll
Is that
overcharge
true?
him.
No.
Is there any truth to that?
Not at all.
Why do
Not-
you take them off?
Because I didn't take them off when the electrician came yesterday. But when
Because
you have,
he's white.
no, that's your racism. Okay.
Take them off.
And also they're hard to get off, so he has to like put them in his mouth. So he's like he's like deep throating his fingers to get his rings off as some fucking Mexicans walking towards him.
That's funny.
Why do you take your jewelry off when Spanish people come to the house.
No, I don't. When I don't know the people.
Oh, okay.
When I don't know.
Why?
Because, look, because the world is full of criminals and you don't know who is what or who they know. Look.
Or you think they're going to rob you? That's the reason.
What show did I
Is
just
that the
watch?
reason?
No, they could set you up. Who knows? What
But they're
show?
eventually going to rob you. Is that the reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or try to. I was just watching something. Oh, Sebastian has a show on Netflix, and he plays a bookie, right? He's fairly funny in it. He's funny in it. So, some guy owed him money, and Sebastian.
I'm glad you have that on record in case he's listening.
I know.
Oh,
he
no,
always
no.
does it. No,
I
he
said that to
does it.
Bonnie last night. I go, I'm not a fan of the show, but he's funny on it. Did I say that when nobody was listening to you?
You said you liked the show.
No, I said he's funny in it.
You told me you liked the show.
I
Told
do
me.
not say.
You said the same thing to me yesterday. You're letting everybody know. I think
What is
Oh
wrong
my
with
God!
you?
I can't even.
But why can't
tell
you
a
like the
story.
show? We're just
it-
teasing you. Go ahead, tell the story.
In the show, he's a bookie, and he took Charlie Sheen's character owed him tons of money, so he took a watch from Charlie Sheen. It was worth a couple $100,000. He's eating at a restaurant. The waiter saw the watch, and the waiter called a friend to set him up to have the watch stolen. So that happens in life, you know.
Or
people-
at least on TV shows.
that happened on a TV show.
It's not life.
oh God.
Ah, fucking boss. I love that you live your life according to Sebastian.
Sebastian, you really
I was doing a
I
sway.
guarantee he'll use that when he meets Sebastian. You know, I was watching the show, and that's the reason I take my jewelry off.
First of all, I've been doing it for years. You don't. Oh, if you had a worker come down to your house and do work, say plumber Bobby, would you walk down holding 20,000 in cash and swinging it around? Hey, can you fix this?
But to be fair, nobody would walk around swinging $20,000.
They
in
do
cash.
when they're swinging a Rolex around.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. That's the problem with your analogy. You also wouldn't throw around $20,000 in cash when you're on stage or at the airport or whatever. So that analogy doesn't really work because you would wear a watch or.
You wear your rings and you watch walking around New York City.
No, I
But
don't,
you would
'cause
never
I'm
be
a-
swinging around cash.
I don't walk around New York City. I have a car.
But you park your car.
Just
You
like-
don't go from the car to a tunnel to Sirius or the club.
See, he won't admit to anything. It's so wild. He won't admit things.
Boss,
What?
boss, on the last episode,
What?
just on the last episode, this is it. This is the last time that people are going to hear you together.
No,
Just admit.
we're starting a new
And-
podcast.
What's
Go.
it going to be called?
The Honeymooners.
What?
Well, we don't know. We can't think of a name, so we're going to call it The Honeymooners.
Why?
Guess we'll have other couples on. We'll discuss marriage. We'll talk about.
That's this podcast.
Yeah, but I can't. First of all, I can't use this podcast in a credit. Like I can't be like from the podcast. My wife hates me because I look a little too much like a lesbian, and it confuses people. So I want to do a new podcast where we have guests,
Right.
where I can have a podcast name that I can actually use.
That's like when we had remember the first name of the network we were on, Glory Hole?
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I was on some show, and they were like, you can hear him every week on the Glory Hole. We can't say that.
Wait, we were never on the Glory Hole Network. We were on Riotcast first.
Riot, that's what we changed. I called them immediately. Like, we have to change this to Riotcast. I can't say Glory Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, boss, I would just like you to admit one time on this show that and you can do it. Honey, Dawn, you know that I buy like watches and stuff and I get stuff that I don't need because I'm just trying to fill a hole of loneliness that I feel inside of me, and I don't need to do that stuff because you love me and I have a great life, but still I kind of do that shit and stay in that stupid habit of just trying to make sure that people respect me and like me with stupid things around my wrist, right? She said, "I'm sorry, I stopped listening. That was a little loud."
It was. I was almost hung up on you. Okay, Rich,
Okay,
let's give it. Let's say something. Like, let's admit something.
Bonnie,
Oh boy.
is it me or is Bobby fucked up?
It's
Buddy, you're an asshole, boss. Listen, man, we're just sick. Admit it.
I admit it all the time. I said it. It's
do it now. Admit it now.
I am addicted to instant gratification. That's why I buy stuff on Amazon.
Because of what?
Because
Your what?
because as a kid I didn't have anything,
So
and
now,
what?
Why are you doing
as
it
an
now?
adult, I
Now
feel,
because it gives me a feeling of success
yep,
and importance.
because you don't have that.
Well, I am successful. I do.
Well, then
have
why
it.
do you need something that gives you a feeling of it if you already have the feeling of it?
I don't. I don't feel it as much as I should feel it.
So you don't
So-
feel good enough.
Yes, but now
That's why you're supposed to say, "I am enough." Every morning when you wake up, I am enough.
I do have enough in life.
No, you just say, "I am enough. I am whole. I am enough."
I'm going to say this right now. Both of you, I've had enough.
Bye.
He's funny.
Yes.
He's funny. Well, listen, folks.
And we've had enough of this podcast.
Thank you for listening all these years. A shout out to.
We didn't get to where we wanted to get to. This whole long experiment
Thank you,
brought
Lou.
us right back to square one where we started, unfortunately.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Anthony Rogers. Who else?
Stop. I don't know. Stop making me list things.
No, the people that listen.
I understand what you're doing. You should be thanking Nick.
Oh, Nick. Let me finish.
Oh.
Nick, how long has Nick been with us now? 2 years?
More than that.
No,
Probably more like 4 years.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he was in the old place. He was in Steinmetz. And then here.
Well, we'll get him on the new one. We got to get him to train.
Thank you, Nick, for listening to all this bullshit.
Wait, Nick, come out.
Come
Yeah,
out,
what's up?
come out, wherever you are.
It's
How
not
long
the
have
month
we
for
been
that.
doing this? How long have we been doing this?
I've been with you guys since June of 2023, I think.
So
That's 2023. That's only a year.
Oh wait, no, 2022. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I've been
Well-
with you for a bit.
Do you do any other podcasts?
No, this is my baby, and you're killing it.
Does this keep you from getting in a relationship?
I know.
No, I've been in one for 5 years. As you can tell, I've
It
no trouble
probably
committing.
helps you go, like, if you start to hear the same conversation a little bit, you immediately stop it and go, "Oh, we're not doing that."
Oh, it's like therapy to me. It's very nice.
It's like like where you go, "I can never have that."
Do we remind you of your parents?
Don't.
No, not at all.
That drives me fucking insane. All right,
Well, listen.
everyone, thank you so much. We do appreciate you all. And Rich will never stop chewing gum, staring into the monitor. No, just know if you're not listening to us or watching us on the podcast, he's still doing all the things that he does here,
And so does she.
and he will never stop.
The word never should be never used because you never know. But I used it twice.
Okay.
Listen, we'll see you in January from the studio in New York. Have a
May or
good
may not
holi-
be entitled.
Yeah, we're still thinking of a new title. Have a good Christmas, a good New Year. We'll see you in 2025, and we'll blast it all over social media where we're at. And, there was more good than bad on these podcasts.
That's debatable, but
I'm starving.
all right. See you later.
Peace out.
My Wife Hates Me podcast, hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane, produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true, but somewhere deep down, she loves him too.